You are not going to pay any tuition fee if you are going to be applying to this particular school that I will be sharing with you in today's video. One of the other most interesting things is that if you are trying to submit your application to this particular school, you are also not required to pay any admission application fee. There are a lot of English taught programs which you can actually select from, and we are going to be looking at this. If you have lower grades and you wish to apply to this school as well, you are able to also submit your application. If you have HND, you can also submit your application to this particular university without paying any tuition fee. One thing I want you to do right now is to click on that like button. If you are a new viewer on this channel, I welcome you to this channel. This is Travel with Maths, where we share with you information about study abroad, work abroad, migration tips that will help your migration journey. If you are a returning viewer on this channel, I say welcome back one more time. Thank you for watching my video again, and I hope you find value here. Now let's quickly jump to my screen to see all the admission requirements, all the procedure you need to follow to be able to submit your application to study at this particular university in Europe today. If at any point you have any question, do well to drop them at the comment box so that I can give response to them. So we understand that this university is not requesting for any tuition fee, but we need to look at the programs that are available. If any of the program are one of the program of interest that you want to apply to. So if you look at this section now, you can see that they actually have bachelor degree courses with instruction in English or other languages. They also have at the bottom the master degree program that are also taught in English, and also the one that are taught in other languages, okay, be it French, German, and all of those. And they also have a double degree program that you can actually check out for. So if you come down to the first section where we have the bachelor and master program, you are going to see all bachelor degree courses with English as language of delivery or other languages. So if I close this out, you can see English speaking culture, marine geoscience, okay, natural science for sustainability, which is also a bachelor. And if we scroll down a little bit, we'll see all the master degree courses with English as language of delivery or other language. So you can see that they only have few bachelor program and they have more master program. So if I close this out, then we can start checking the master degree programs. Under master degree programs, they have the applied geoscience, which is a master program. They have the artificial intelligence and intelligence system. They have the biochemistry and molecular biology. They have communication and information technology. They have control, microsystem, microelectronics. They also have digital media and society, which is also a master program in art. And also digital media. They have ecology. They have English speaking culture, language, text media. They have environmental physics. They have industrial mathematics and data analysis, industrial relations. So we can't just mention all this program. So you want to make sure you come to this website and come and check your own program of interest. They have mathematics. I think they have physics. They have biochemistry or something. They have physics program and other programs. So we are going to be picking one of these programs so that I can use this as a case study for you to understand the admission application process. Okay, thanks to the sponsor. Finding and booking student accommodation can often be challenging and time consuming, especially for international students. Amber students streamline this process by partnering with various student housing providers to offer student apartments, dormitories, and homestays if you want to study in UK, in Australia, in Ireland, in US, in Canada, Germany, and other countries. You can search for accommodation based on your location, based on the budget and the amenities that you actually want. Detailed information about each of the property you find on their platform, including the photo review from other people who have stays in apartments they got from Amber. In 3 major steps, you can actually get your accommodation booked with Amber. First, you need to choose the apartments according to your need. You get all the paperwork done. If your study plan actually changed, you can get a refund of your money. After this process is completed, then sit back and relax, plan your journey because your accommodation has been booked. Click the link in the description, book your accommodation today. Okay, so if I pick one of this program, okay, I'm picking the Master of Ecology. Okay, so if you scroll down, you are going to see brief information about this program. Then what we are majorly concerned about is the admission application procedure, the requirements, and how the program is being structured. Okay, so one thing I also want to pay your attention to at this particular university is that deadline varies. I've seen some deadline that are actually in March. I've seen some programs that the deadline is actually due past. I've also seen some deadline that are in July. I've also seen some that the application is even going to start in October or so. So you want to make sure you check your own program. So this particular one now, you can see the program coordinator. This is the program coordinator here, and you can find the email of the program coordinator. One of the things that can give you upper hands is to actually send email to this prof, okay, to this professor, to know availability, okay. And also we have the assistant coordinator here, which is also this person here, and you can send them email. So if you come back to the top, we are going to see the application and admission. So if you click on this, it will then bring us to this page. Okay, so on this page is where we have information about this particular program. Okay, so let's start from the top of this page. So if you look at it, all information at the glance, okay. So because of the nature of this program, they actually limited it to 25 students alone to apply to this program, and you have to be proficient in English to be able to apply. And if you are going to be submitting your application for the winter semester, you actually need to submit your application before 30th of April. Okay, so I'm also going to look at other programs that have deadline up to July, so that we can also consider that for some other people who are looking into different program. And when you submit your application by 30th of April to this particular program, you are going to start your class by October 7th. Start of introductory classes October 7th, start of main classes October 14th. Okay, so it's just like orientation and all of those. Then admission and selection process. If you are going to be applying to this program, you can actually apply with bachelor in biology or in ecology or environmental science, or a more program that is related to this particular program, and you should be able to actually provide the evidence of at least 3 credits in the field of ecology, and you must also be fluent in English. So these are the major things that you need to provide. And also your letter of motivation is one of the things that is important, because you need to prove why you are choosing this particular program and why you have interest in it. So you just need to make sure you go through every requirement that is required for each of the program that you want to apply to. This will then give you the upper hands to being selected into any program of your interest. So one thing I always say is always check program requirements, because this is where your certainty of getting admitted or not actually lies. Okay, so if you are going to be getting admitted, it depends on the document you are submitting for your application, if you are meeting the requirement, and if you are not meeting the requirement, all of this. So we need to be careful with application submission. Now, if you are going to be looking at other section, you can see this is also an abyss, which is just like West in other places, that certify that your certificate is actually equivalent to the one that is acceptable in Germany. Okay, so I think I've talked about Anabis before, but if you've not come across that video, you might want to check that particular video on my channel. Okay, now let's check language requirements. As you can see, you need to prove that you have proficiency in English and that your last program was actually taught in English. And if your last program was not taught in English, you must be able to provide that you've actually taken an English test that prove that you have proficiency in English. Okay, so some countries, they have bachelor degree that is 3 years, some countries have bachelor degree that is 4 years. So if you are going to be applying for this particular program, you must be able to prove that your previous program is actually a 4-year program. Okay, so those are the major things that you need to actually put in place. And when it comes to the selection process, I think the selection actually take 6 to 8 weeks after the application deadline. So you need to keep checking your portal, which is the Moi portal. So we are going to be looking at that in a bit, and this is where you are going to see the decision that has been made on your admission application to this particular program. Okay, so all of these are just steps that you need to take to be able to successfully apply to this school, and your letter of motivation is also important. Now let's look at the admission application process. First, you need to go to the Moi portal. So when you go to the Moi portal, this is where you can actually submit your application, and the application is actually within 6 weeks after the the decision is actually 6 weeks after the deadline of submitting your program. So make sure you keep watching out for information on your portal. So these are the major documents that you need. Like we've said earlier, you need your transcript, you need your the bachelor certificate itself, then you need the page that indicates your final grade on your transcript, and also the grade your final grade. The grading system on your transcript also is one of the important things. You need your CV, your motivation letter, your proof of English. Okay, if English is your first language of instruction, you need to also attach that letter of instruction as well during your application. Okay, now you can see that this one actually have the deadline up to April. Some of them have deadline up to July. Some of them have a longer deadline. So it all depends on the program that you're applying to, which is one of the reasons I always say always check your own program of interest to know the deadline. You are not required to upload a certified copy of your document, and in case of admission, you just need to make sure you submit the document that reflects the information that is acceptable or is mandated to be submitted. Okay, so you already know, even though this school is not requesting for tuition fee, you still need to pay the semester fee. The semester fee is just like a student administrative fee, which cover different things: library, your transport within the school area to your house, and all of those. So this is very, very important. Okay, so we've known Germany for this for a long time, because most of their school always request for the semester fee, and I think it's around 300 euro or so. So once you submit your application, you want to go to the portal and keep checking your status. Okay, the status of your application. This is always within 6 weeks to 8 weeks after the application deadline. Okay, now you need a certified copy of your original certificates, okay, to be validated. You need the certificates in other languages if it's not written in German or English. So if your own certificate is written in any other language that is different from German or English, then you need to translate it. And you also need the original documents of your certificates. The original document, the original copy of your certificates. Okay, so you don't need to send this, just need to scan this and upload it during your application. And when you get to the school, you are going to present the original document, then you can validate it for your enrollment. So when you are trying to apply to any schools in Germany, you need your international passport to be valid up to the period that you are going to be taking your courses. And also you need to actually be aware that when you are trying to apply to schools in Germany, you need to have this money in your account that you can actually use to cater for your housing and also for your food, which is called the block account. So there's a money you have to put in your block account. I've talked about this several times. Even though you are not paying tuition fee, your block account must be intact, just to prove that you have the enough money for your feeding and for your housing. Okay, in a case where you then get scholarship to cover that. Okay, and also if you have a family in Germany that can also prove that they can actually cater for your living expenses, you don't need
you are going to cater for your living expenses.
Okay, so these are the major things that you cannot, but
if you are applying
make sure
to any
that they are
program
in
or
place
university in
for
Germany,
you to be able to study in Germany.
Even though you are not,
and you also need to apply for your student visa.
Because you need to
provide your
your
health
own,
insurance. Okay,
you need
to buy health insurance up to 30,000. Okay, so when all of these are ready, then you are on the way to start your program in any of the German university that you've actually applied to. Okay, so this is very straightforward information. You just need to digest it and understand what you need to do at what point in time. Then you are able to start your program as soon as it is stated on the official portal of the university website. Okay, so now if you click on this, if we look on this portal now, where, okay, so let me show you the name of the university here. So this is the name of the university actually. Do well to check the name of the university online. Make your own research about the university before you start your application, okay? Because it is not enough to actually bring you video, but to also make research about your own program of interest. What are the things you need to get ready to actually to be able to be accepted into the program of your interest at any university that you are trying to apply to? Okay, so these are just basic things that you cannot do without. Now let's look at the application process right now. So I will take you to the application portal now so that we can actually look at the admission application process. So if you come to this section, let's scroll to the bottom right here. Okay, so this apply button now. So if you click on this apply now button, it will then take us to this page, and as you can see, we only have login and forget password here. So you need to click on this other one that says application. So that is the name of the university again, and as you can see, there's only login there. So when you click on that application, it will then bring us this other one that says create an account. So when you click on that create an account, you can see that there's no information here. So what you just need to do is to make sure you scroll down to the bottom. Then you are going to see the feed where you can start providing your information. So don't get confused with that, because I don't know why they push the form to the bottom. So here you can start selecting your title, Mr., Mrs., others. Okay, then your first name, your last name, your date of birth, and other information, your place of birth, your country of birth, your country of citizenship, then your email address. Then you confirm the email address again. After confirming the email address, then you need to click on that create account. So once you create an account, they are going to send you like email confirmation to be sure that that email that you've provided is actually correct. So once you receive that email, then you're going to click on that email to set your password to be able to log in to the portal. So once you come back to the portal, then you need to click on this login here. When you click on this login button here, then you can now have access to the portal to select your program. This is the name of the university again. Okay, so this is the second time I'm showing you. Make sure you make your own research, and I hope this is helpful enough to make you to allow you make decision about this university. Okay, bye bye.